This series of the news quiz began in early January. What has strongly declined since then?
I thought it was a standard of conversation in between myself and my wife. The other night, to pay me a compliment, she just said, "I quite like your forearm hair." So that's how far we're scraping the barrel when you're down to forearm hair.
At least she liked it.
I know, yeah. I think she wants a pet, not me. I think that's what it is, really. But...
What? She wants a forearm for a pet.
A question now for Team Yeah. This is for Kiri and Scott. Who is going to get paid £4,500 for sitting around doing nothing?
Is this the Human Challengers trial?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
2 points for Team Yeah.
I think they're using 18 to 30s for these sort of clinical trials. And I think there's plans to test the vaccine on children at some point. I think that's what I've heard, which, I think they'll struggle because I can't even get my two to try broccoli. So, good luck. Good luck with that, I think it's doomed before they've started, to be honest.
You tried smearing it in ketchup, that's something.
I've tried everything. I've tried deep frying it, that's not happened. I've tried, intravenously putting it in while they're asleep. None of that's worked. I did like it, though, when they said, it's like, the quarantine hotels are like prison. And that's kind of the idea, though. I like to think that they're saying like prisons are like holiday camps. I bet in a parallel world there's a prisoner in a cell and he says to his cellmate, we think we've got it tough. There's someone doing a 10-day stretch in the Holiday Inn and they've got to wash their own towels, mate. It's the...
This question now goes to both teams. A healthy 32-year-old Liverpudlian was offered a vaccine because the NHS thought he was what?
This is great. They got the calculations wrong on him and they thought he was 6 inches tall.
Incorrect.
6 centimetres.
That is correct. 6.2 centimetres tall.
6 inches and 6... it's still ridiculous. But yeah, it's borrower height. We're talking borrower height, aren't we? What's incredible about that is that there were people who were before him in the queue. What are they? What's going on in their lives? The really weird thing is they said, he was quite high risk. I don't think COVID is the risk if you're that high. I think you're more likely to be trodden on by the family dog, aren't you? What I love as well is that, he told his mum that he'd been put in the clinically obese category. And she said the most mum thing ever to him. She sort of said, well, maybe this is the wake-up call that you need.
Let's move on now to this question. Let's move on to climate. Let's cheer everyone up. This question goes to Team Yeah, to Kiri and Scott. It's a missing word question. Bill Gates has a new book published this week entitled How to Avoid a Blank. What is the blank?
Ooh.
Is it climate catastrophe?
That is correct. Yes, it is climate catastrophe. Have any of you got any tips for how to avoid a climate catastrophe?
I think, because obviously we're getting to past the point of no return, I think that's where we're coming. Like, if COVID's here now, then we've took our eye off the ball with the environment. I think the way we need to do it, though, is we need to be shamed into doing something. I think that's the reality. Like, if I've got a dental appointment at the end of the week, I'll start really trying. I'll really start brushing my teeth and flossing and stuff, just so I don't feel embarrassed. And I think if you got an email saying we're going to come and check on your environment, you better be ready. But you don't know when it's happening, and you'd be sat in your front room, and then you just see her coming up the driveway with a clipboard, Greta Thunberg, and you'd be like, quick, turn the fire off, put some solar panels up. My wife would be upstairs trying to flush plastic straws down the toilet like they were, contraband. And I think we'd have it sorted within a year.
Andrew and Aisha, what has gone up 72% this year?
Is this like cryptocurrency?
Yes, correct. Which one specifically?
Bitcoin?
Yes.
They've said that it's a better investment than gold, haven't they? But it doesn't make as good a song, Bitcoin finger. It's just... He's the man with the gigabytes of data. It's not as catchy, is it? But,
how many fake reviews does it take to change your opinion of a light bulb?
Oh,
I've seen this. This is the story that people are bulk buying Amazon fake reviews.
Correct.
And that's a big problem for Amazon. They're worried about damaging the reputation of Amazon. Imagine that, guys. So people are just buying these positive reviews, which, I'll be honest, I wish you could do the same for the Edinburgh Fringe. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Love that. Kira Pritchard-McLean, 5 stars, friendly delivery, warning, much bigger than in the picture.
I mean, you mentioned deliveries. It's the Wild West at the moment for deliveries. It's not delivering anymore. It's fly tipping. It really is. I mean, I'm getting stuff over fences in my wheelie bin, in the bin, on bin day, marinated in bin juice, some AirPods. Thank you.
And the final question of this series of the news quiz. This can go to both teams. What is threatening to cause an entire town in Devon to turn to a life of crime?
It's so great. There's a statue of 2 lady pirates that they want to put up in somewhere in the West Country, and some locals are in outrage. One of the quotes was, they should be putting up a statue to the pilchards, not the pirates. Apart from anything else, they're not called pilchards anymore. They're called sardines. Yeah? They're not called pirates anymore. They're called hedge fund managers.
What I love about this is it is like a fantastic story. I think apparently upon killing one fellow pirate in a duel, one of the female pirates, Mary Read, exposed her breasts to show that he'd been slain by a woman. I mean, this is the plot that Pirates of the Caribbean could have been. I mean, this is, and instead they want to go for pilchards. There's nothing sexy about pilchards. But I think what's incredible as well is that the local council has said it's glamorising crime. And now I feel terrible because every time I've gone on that pirate ship at Alton Towers, I thought it was a family day out. Now it seems like I was endorsing piracy, which is a horrible thing to realise.
We will be back in April. Until then, if you find some news, you're going to have to quiz it yourself. Thank you for listening. I've been Andy Zaltzman. Goodbye.
Taking part in the news quiz were Aisha Hazarika, Andrew Maxwell, Kiri Pritchard-McLean and Scott Bennett. In the chair was Andy Zaltzman, and additional material was written by Alice Fraser, Simon Alcock and Rooney Talwar. The producer was Richard Morris, and it was a BBC Studios production.